In April of 2008, Titan appeared before the county commissioners of New Hanover County, and the county commissioners gave them $4.3 million as incentives to build a cement plant. The public didn't know, and the public was really not happy about it.
I knew that this was something that we needed to be involved in. The community really needed representation, and the citizens needed a voice in the process.
Environmental justice has always been a very important part of the Titan case because so many people right around Titan are really, really poor.
What was weighing in the balance for this with this proposal for the cement plant is what kind of community was it going to be, and what kind of future were the residents going to have.
It did really seem like a David and Goliath type situation, like a low-income community, sparsely populated, against a company that had the means to challenge any action that was brought against them.
We understood that this was a game changer and something that needed very, very serious attention.
We really thought that the only people who could possibly support Titan were people who didn't know what it was going to do and people who were going to financially benefit from it.
After the company announced its plans to withdraw its proposal and pull up stakes from North Carolina, I got in touch with all the students who had worked on the case, and then sent out one big broadcast saying, look what you did. And that was just so moving for me to know that they really made a difference in a community and in the lives of thousands of people. That's a pretty heady experience, and it's one that not many lawyers get to have through the arc of their career.
Actually being able to get out in the field makes law real. It made it seem like all the things that we were studying in the classroom really did have a purpose in the real world. And meeting the clients has always been great because they're very passionate about the work they do.
It's actually getting your hands on the actual work that makes you truly learn.
We want to produce students who are going to be doing their homework, who never lose sight of what they want to accomplish and how they're going to do it. Strategic, resourceful, and determined.
Justice only works if people are aware of what their rights are and they have assistance in seeking those remedies. The clinic will not stand in the way of that. We want to empower these communities to take that destiny into their own hands.
When you get into the clinic and you actually meet your client, you realize that the work you're preparing to do matters and that there's a human being on the other side depending on you.
The Duke Clinic really provides a unique service. This is something that we and the community could never afford if we had to go to the private sector. So they're really kind of leveling the table between a small community like this and a giant multinational. I'd describe Badin as a southern part of the Rust Belt, where you had this thriving industrial community for a long time that ended up getting left with no jobs and a lot of pollution. I think people really recognized that something was wrong when a lot of people who'd grown up in the community started dying early.
The way we got brought into working on Badin was looking at issues initially from a water quality perspective. Badin Lake was the first one that came to our attention because Badin Lake had contamination in it associated with the operation of the smelter.
One thing Duke Law has done is they were very instrumental in getting professors from Appalachian State down here to do some testing in the discharge area around the trash dump.
The most surprising thing working on this case for me has been how blatant the contamination is. The state has been aware of this contamination that's around the former smelting site. They've been aware of it for years, yet have done very little to require that Alcoa live up to the regulatory requirements that it should be living up to.
I had 7 uncles and a father that worked there, and most of them developed cancer.
The main employer in town was shuttered, the main industry was shuttered, and nothing was coming to take its place. So we had a community that had paid a price, and the price was a price of pollution and a legacy of contamination in the community.
Duke Law has come down several times and talked with the West Badin concerned citizens. They've come and met with me out here at the lake area, and they always give us results.
Duke Environmental Law Clinic filed this Superfund petition back in the fall of 2014. Since then, EPA has assessed the site and has ordered the state to actually come up with a plan to clean it up.
Alcoa is a very powerful company. It has a lot of resources. The same can't be said for the residents here. So being able to be a part of sustaining illegal efforts, sustaining enforcement efforts, and really being able to push year after year has been incredibly fulfilling, and it's absolutely what has to happen in order to get anywhere.
Without the help of the Duke Clinic and their students, this is an issue that would have gotten put in a drawer somewhere at the state and ignored.
I see everything connected down to the quality of our environment, and that's why I hope others will also see fit to at least have the experience for one semester of their lives to work on behalf of the environment and communities that are closely connected to it.